so much. We have enjoyed having you at the very first Forbes Middle East Women's Summit. I believe it's coming to an end. We've had so many great conversations, and we're about to have another fantastic one. Okay, now the first thing, because we all want to know this, you guys are beauty queens, and this is amazing. How did you get started? How did you get into this field?
So I started studying journalism at university, and I started my own show with Yasmina Show during lockdown. And then when I saw that there's casting for Miss Lebanon after 4 years of stopping doing this, my dad and mom were so excited to push me forward, and that's how I started.
Okay. What about you, Evlin?
Well, hello everyone. And first, I would like to thank Lud, Her Highness Princess Noura, and the whole organization Forbes Middle East for this opportunity to share our experience. So I had a good education because of my parents. I graduated from the music school, from dancing school. I have black belt in Taekwondo, and I have bachelor degree at the banking. So I was planning to work in the bank in Bahrain, even though I had always a dream to become a model. But back then, growing up in the Muslim community, I felt like to become a model is not the best ambition or accomplishment a woman can have. But many years forward, I became a model and did modeling for very famous fashion and beauty brands. And recently, I made history by being the first Bahraini woman to open Arab Fashion Week. And yeah, and after that walk, I just clearly remember how that little girl who was me and imagining herself in front of the mirror to be a model, I felt like at that moment that she is happy. And actually, exactly, modeling path brought me to the Miss Universe title. And that's the reason why I'm here.
I'm so glad you bring this up because the Miss title is not just about looks or beauty, it requires a lot of heart. Like you said, you have a black belt in Taekwondo and you were going to be a banker. Tell me about the charity work because I know, especially for you guys, you get involved heavily in this.
Well, I think that where I am right now, I feel like here I am more helpful for the younger generation, for little girls, rather than I would be in the bank, for example. Because when I was a little girl watching beauty pageant, I always wondering why there are no Arab representatives. I was admire them all my life and inspired by them, by their beauty. And I wanted a world to know them more because I feel like there is a stereotype that Arab women stuck in the past, but it's not right. We Arab women, we are innovative, we are modern, passionate, and that's the purpose why I compete in the Miss Universe. I wanted to show the world a little bit more about us, and that's the reason, yeah.
Okay, you've also found your life purpose through this. You're volunteering for the food bank in Lebanon. You're doing a lot of work. Talk to us about it also.
Yeah, actually, after everything that we went through in Lebanon, the past few years were so hard on us. So it's our responsibility to work for Lebanon, to represent my Lebanon in the best image. So I started working with Tinjan Cancer Center because for me, they are like the light in our life and they deserve to live a happy life. So I started working with them as well as Lebanese Food Bank. We did a live for 48 hours to fundraise during Mother's Day because they deserve also to have at least the basic human rights. They deserve to have electricity. They deserve to have food. They deserve to have a healthy water, a clear water. And that's what we are struggling in Lebanon. And I'm proud to be their voice. I'm proud to represent them in a big stage like Miss Universe and soon Miss World and now here between you. So thank you so much.
That is amazing. Now, I know the title Miss Lebanon, Miss Universe, comes with a lot of pressure and a lot of scrutiny. And especially for you, you said you embraced social media. You decided, I'm going to go head first and I'm going to make my own YouTube channel. How has that been for you?
Because I didn't want to wait for an opportunity to come to me. I wanted to create this opportunity. So before I started university, I was still 17. I started to do this interviewing people. I started emailing celebrities, random celebrities, just waiting for them to reply. At first, my dad was like, okay, hopefully they will reply. And they did actually. I interviewed so many celebrities, and it was like a motivation for me to keep going and to prove to them that they gave me like a hope, and I want to make them proud. So I started doing my show, and then when I was 19, I applied for Miss Lebanon, and I was the youngest one between them. So that was like a bit like hard for me, but I did it.
You handled it with grace. I mean, honestly, you're so well spoken. Welcome. I know you've also handled a lot of scrutiny. How has that been? Like, your experience is so different as well.
Yeah, I want to say that the first step is the hardest step. And even though I'm just a second Miss Bahrain, Miss Universe Bahrain in history, it's still something very new and unusual in our region. And entering this beauty pageant, I knew that I will face with some negative comments and reaction. But in the end of the day, I'll always remind myself what for I do this. And I do this for that little girls who dream to become, for example, one day a beauty queen. So that what motivate me and let me focus on positive things. Also, thanks to my family who always support me, my Miss Universe organization who take care of my mental health and always remind me to not pay attention for some negative comments on social media.
You have to tune it out. You have to, be confident and actually maintain that positivity, because that's what you're putting out into the universe. And we were talking backstage, and she said something so amazing. She said, I wanted to highlight Arab beauty. And I immediately asked her, what do you mean? So share with us.
Well, as I said, I feel like we have this stereotype that Arab women stuck in the past, but it's not right. We are so passionate, determined, and innovative. Arab women can combine many different functions given by nature or given by the society and balance it in the real life. So I hope that thanks to, because of our organization, Miss Universe, we will show more Arab representatives and global stage.
And what about for you? Do you think the world has embraced Arab beauty? Do you think we're at a place where we're like, yes, we know what an Arab woman looks like. We know she's beautiful.
Yes, finally. And one of the biggest examples is us being here in this event, presenting ourselves, sharing our stories, our challenges, our struggles. So this is an example of us being present, of us being leading by example. And I'm so proud to be part of this community. I'm so proud to be representing Arab women. And I've been inspired by my mom all the time because she's like, for me, like I'm continuing her journey. And that's a big challenge for me.
Like, shout out to all the mothers here, because I don't know if you realize this, but you are our idols. We take so much inspiration and so much love from you. So thank you, because I honestly I'm the same. I don't think I would be where I am today if it wasn't for my mom. So thank you to all the amazing mothers out there. Now, this panel is called Finding and Chasing Your Purpose, and so I must ask, what is the next big dream? I mean, you've done the Miss Bahrain, you've done Miss Lebanon. What's the next big thing?
For me, Miss Lebanon is not my destination. It's one of the most important stations, if I can say, but it's not like the final destination. And it's like the bridge to reach my dreams, my goals, and so many levels, personal level, humanitarian, or professional level. I still have so many dreams. I still want to do so many things. I don't know if I will do I have a million dreams in my head, but I'm sure that if I keep going like I did, if I keep believing in myself and helping other girls to believe in themselves, because that gives me inspiration and it gives me motivation, of course I will do whatever I want.
Okay, and what about you? What can we expect?
Well, for me, Miss Universe Bahrain platform give me so much opportunities. And well, I believe that, by the way, after a few months, we will find the new Miss Universe Bahrain, and me as a Council of Culture at the Miss Universe Bahrain will be take a part of a selection.
Wow.
So please join us, and I hope that all together we can show more Arab beauty and our Arab culture. So also, because of this amazing platform, I became ambassador of Smile Train. This is a charity organization that based on cleft lip and palate surgeries. I also work with the Red Cross organization, and that's amazing because competing in Miss Universe Bahrain, for example, you can give so much, you can find your voice, your strength, your power. And I believe promoting this competition, our little girls, young and women can be helpful more to each other.
No, I'm glad you mentioned the little girls, because we live in an age of social media. Everybody is watching. We're constantly taking in information. You guys are role models. Like, everybody looks at you. They look through your social media posts, and you're effortless, and you're beautiful, and you're making such a huge impact. But I know that there's so much more beneath the surface. It's not just about a picture. So what would you advise these little girls?
Well, I want to say that
Go ahead.
Miss Universe competition is not just a beauty competition. Mm-hmm. It's a platform where strong women stand for their rights, for their advocacy that they want to shed light on. And I'm sorry, what was the question?
No, the piece of advice you would give a young girl. So talk to yourself maybe like 10 years ago. What would you tell Evlin, like little Evlin?
So yeah, and I believe that chasing and believing in our happiness is stronger than any of our tears. And the power of our dreams is stronger than any of our fears. So I would like to all the girls to remember this and chasing their dreams.
Our dreams are bigger than our fears. I want that on a t-shirt. Like, this is my quote that I will go to now forever. What about you? What advice would you give?
Actually, it's a responsibility to be a beauty queen because everyone has a high expectation because they think that you wake up like wearing your crown or putting your makeup, but actually we're not. We're human, and we're like everyone. Sometimes we're so happy. Sometimes we're very confident, and sometimes we're not at all. So it's not about the title, and I always feel like I'm responsible to tell all the teenagers that it's okay to sometimes not feel okay, to not feel perfect. It's okay to sometimes struggle or to fight because this is life. It's about challenges. I want to tell them that don't wait for anyone to believe in you. You have to believe in yourself first, so everyone will believe in you. Don't wait for any opportunity. You have to create it because the world will not wait for any of you like coming and say, okay, I want an opportunity. It's not about it's about creating it. And I believe that when we're strong together, when we motivate each other, that's how we will reach our destination because it's about all of us. It's not about one woman or two women. It's about all of us. So that's it, yes.
Okay, I'm so glad you mentioned the challenges because I feel like for you, you have this massive responsibility. You have the Miss title. Do you fall into the trap where people think you're just a pretty face? How do you combat that?
Yes, of course, because winning like a beauty title, it's about sometimes beauty. But I believe that I didn't win Miss Lebanon because I'm beautiful, because I have something to say. I have a content, I have a presence, and that's what. Of course, there's so many beautiful girls, even prettier than me or taller than me. I don't know, but it's not about just the features, the physical appearance. It's not about that at all. Because if someone is sitting in front of you, they will look at your face for 2 minutes, 10 minutes maximum, and then they will look for your content. What do you want to say and what you have to say? So it's not about that. And I feel responsible because I want the girls to believe that I don't want their dreams to be, I want to have this brand or this bag. I don't want to have this material things. I want them to have this like hunger to be the best version of themselves, to be like, to be a hard worker, to be independent, to be strong, to don't wait for anyone to stand beside you. You are the leader. You can do whatever you want. Just start by believing in yourself.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. I think we're going to add motivational speaker to your resume pretty soon. For you, did you deal with a lot of these challenges? I know you had the support of your family, But was there maybe a force drawing you back out of this life and out of the spotlight?
Actually, yes, this is one of the biggest challenge. When I compete in this competition, I received so many messages that she is not the most pretty here. But wait, this is not about beauty and physical appearance, as Yasmina already said. Our competition is about our advocacies and beliefs. And this is a great platform to make our world a better place. So it needs a really strength and power and confidence in yourself as well, because I believe this is the most important thing to help to people around you, and this is the most precious thing in life.
Absolutely. Now, to close this out, one final question to you both. There is one thing you can change that you think is going to make it easier for women to be empowered and in charge. What would it be?
Don't have any standard. Like, a beauty queen is not about her weight or her height. It's not about her features. There's no standards for anything. A businesswoman it's just about the physical appearance. It's not about anything. How you work it, how you do it, the way you do it, your passion, your purpose, your love, how you treat other people. It's about that. It's not. We should not have any standard anymore, because we're struggling because there's standards. We did so many things to break those standards, so we don't want to put it for other generation.
No, I love that. This is actually a piece of advice I got as well growing up. It was like, the only competition you have is yourself. As long as you're progressing, as long as you're getting better,
Exactly.
you're winning.
Because I received, for example, I want to share a personal story. I received so many messages during Miss Universe from other people. You're Muslim, you can't be here, or you can't wear a swimsuit. So that was one of my standards that they were blocking me. I was like, I can do whatever I want. I have a supportive family. I have a community behind me. Everyone is waiting for me. So it's not about that at all. It's about me, not my religion, not my physical appearance. So standards are like,
we're banning them.
We don't need any standards.
We don't need them anymore. It's wonderful.
I would like also to add that Miss Universe Bahrain is the only franchise that introduced burkini into this pageant. And competing at the swimwear competition, I choose the word al-masawa, that means equality. And I wanted just to send the message that no matter what, covered you are or not covered, we are all equally beautiful. And that's the message I got, I sent, and no matter if I wasn't placed in the competition, I still received so many messages from mothers who are saying that their daughters now can compete after my performance. So for me, this is the win, not being placed in the competition, but that's the purpose.
That's amazing. We need more trailblazers, and I think if there is anything we can take away from this panel is that we are capable of driving change as women, and we can craft our own path, even if they tell us we can't.
Yes, of course, and supporting each other is not impossible, because at first I thought that there's no woman supportive of another woman, but then I met so many amazing, empowering women that supported me, and I want to be that woman to so many other girls. So thank you for this summit, for like teaching us how to be motivating, how to help other women, and how to motivate each other.
It's a pleasure having you, and it's a pleasure having all of you. And honestly, I want to assure each and every one of you, this panel is called Finding and Chasing Your Purpose, and each one of you has a purpose. You're making such a massive change, not just for other women, you're making a massive change in the world. I would like to thank my two amazing panelists who prove that beauty is just like a small part of how amazing they are. And they are truly making a huge impact in their communities. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.